back? Perfect. All right, questions for Coach Walters? Who wants to start? Raise your hand. Pass the mic to you. Don't be shy, Sam.
Ryan, obviously, first game, a lot of things to like, very little probably to dislike, but 7 different guys getting a touchdown, as fast and physical as you were on defense. Kind of what are the takeaways from today that propel you into a bye week and then obviously a much tougher opponent down the road?
Yeah, I think today just, I feel like we expected this type of outcome, so nobody was surprised by it. I feel like we just did what we were supposed to do. We've been harping on, especially, first game, everybody's pressing big plays, so just doing your job, and that's what has gotten you to play efficient up to this point, from the spring ball and fall camp. I thought they did that offense, defense, special teams for the most part. Taking care of the football was the other thing we were harping on. Obviously, put one on the ground early, but recovered from that. I thought the defense answered the bell when that happened and sort of taking away the momentum. And then the third thing was just respecting the game. We've been harping on, no matter who our opponent is, we're not worried about logos or who they are. Just as nameless, faceless opponents, and playing our brand of football, regardless of what the score is or who the opponent is, and respecting the preparation, respecting the way you study, watch film, respecting the way you practice, and then ultimately coming out here on game day and respecting your opponent by playing as hard as you can. I feel like we played really hard for 4 quarters.
Yeah, Ryan, you got a comment, I guess, on Hudson Card, 24, 25, 4 touchdowns.
I got to call Kyle and apologize for breaking the record.
And just, did you think he was going to be this dialed in? I mean, it's obviously a good sign of things to come. You were hoping for you, right?
Yeah, I think, I'm not surprised because, he's been doing this really since spring ball. I've been talking about how much more comfortable he is, how much more confident he is, and not only the scheme and knowing what we're doing on offense, but just as a leader and embracing his role as a quarterback of his team. I anticipated a big jump from year 1 to year 2. It's only 1 game, but I've seen that type of jump in spring ball and in fall camp. Was proud of the offensive line for protecting him, and like you said, we had 7 different guys score touchdowns today. The ball was spread around a lot to a lot of different receivers, tight ends, and running backs. So I thought all those guys did a good job of doing their job.
Ryan, when you look over the guys who made an impact in this game or had moments in this game, it's a lot of second-year guys, sophomores, redshirt freshmen, and not just late in the game either. Does that jive with what you've been expecting from this season team, either through what you saw in camp or just what you've been expecting overall from this second-year group?
Yeah, it is what I've expected. Like I said, I know it's different for you guys because you haven't seen the team since the IU game last year, right? But we've seen the majority of the roster since January. So the things that they're doing, it's not unique to them anymore. So this, I think you can expect the guys that played well today to continue to play well because they approach their craft the right way, and they play football the right way. And so hopefully this is just a sign of things to continue to come.
Ryan, the first game with the helmet communication today, how did that go, and how different is it compared to signaling it from the sideline like you would in the past?
It went okay today. There were some technical difficulties throughout with just guys being able to hear or not hear. And then I thought Indiana State did a good job of huddling on offense and waiting until it's past that 15-second mark to break the huddle. So you still got to be able to signal and operate the way you want to operate on offense and defense. I thought Graham did a good job of communicating with the quarterbacks pre-snap and just kind of giving them clues on what to be looking for. And we'll continue to massage it and improve and use it efficiently as the season goes on.
Hey, Coach. With the landscape of college football now, with transfers making such an immediate impact, a lot of transfers out there for Purdue today. Talk about Joey Tanoa's growth when just a couple of years ago he didn't think he'd be able to play again, and he's making his appearance here for the Boilermakers today.
Yeah, really proud of Joey. You talk about resiliency. He embodies that. When we got him here in January, you can tell he hadn't played football in a long time. He was really down in his weight. He would get sore through workouts, but he's a resilient guy that really loves football, and he has put his head down, went to work, and hasn't complained about anything, which is why he's 300 plus pounds now and being able to give us some quality, significant minutes. And he's got a lot of ball left to play, and he's still a young guy, so I'm happy as hell he's on our group.
Coach, the offense put up almost 50 points today. Defense held the other team to 0. So which side of the ball impressed you the most?
Well, I think the thing I don't know about which side impressed me the most, because there were still areas of the game where it got sloppy. You look at the stat sheet, and we had 11 penalties to their 2. That can't happen if we want to continue to have success on game days. And look at the tape, I thought some of them were judgment calls that could have went either way, and some of them weren't. So some of them were just a result of bad technique and fundamentals and being lazy. So we'll correct that.
Yeah, Coach, you always want to get them injury free. So tell us what you can. It looks like you got them injury free today. And then
Sorry, what was the first part?
You're just injury free. You
Yeah.
got to get injury free. And just also, what your plans are for this off week? You got 2 weeks now to prepare for Notre Dame.
Yeah, like you said, for the most part, we got a couple guys that had it's football, right? And so especially anytime you're going live, you're gonna have some bumps and bruises. But I am happy that we have a bye week next week. One to continue to improve on some of our technique and fundamentals, and learn from some of the mistakes we made today. Also to get back healthy and add some guys that were out today, and so that we can really get going, because the season is here for real now. From a scheduling standpoint, we'll get in tomorrow and watch the tape and put the game to bed. Guys will work out, and so we'll make some corrections tomorrow. On Monday they'll have off. On Tuesday, they'll work out. We'll get out there and practice. Probably do some good on good just to continue to work on speed of the game. Introduce some early downs from Notre Dame. Wednesday will be a more Notre Dame centric practice while still getting some good on good work. And then Thursday will be a lighter day, but all Notre Dame. We'll give them Friday, Saturday off, and Sunday we'll have a Tuesday type practice for the Notre Dame week, and then off Monday and on the game week.
Just want to get your reaction to the 2 true freshmen who started today, what you saw from both Teron, Shamar, and what they were able to accomplish, and having some success maybe in the debut.
Yeah, like I said earlier, just about all the guys. Like I saw what I've been seeing, in fall camp, because we got both those guys here in June. Both of them physically don't look like freshmen, and they don't play or practice like freshmen either. And that's both from a physical and a mental standpoint. Anytime you can be a starter game one as a true freshman, that means like you are fully comfortable with the game plan, fully comfortable with the adjustments within the game plan. And that's hard to do, and especially when we didn't have them in the spring. So that just is a testament to one, how much affinity they both have for learning, and 2, how our staff has prepared them, knowing that they're in our best 11 from a talent standpoint, so getting them up to speed so that we're not hindered on what we can call on game day. And we saw both of those guys play really well. I thought Shamar also blocked really well on the perimeter. He sprung some runs. I thought Teron played tough and physical. He got beat on the angle route early, and they tried to run it again, and he was all over it. And it just is a testament to the type of learner he is. And sky's the limit for both of those guys, and I'm happy as heck that they play for us.
Ryan Leland Smith was a late addition to this class. and a guy who had been at Fullerton College, big wide receiver, had a big day, nice acrobatic catch, blocks a punt. What was it about him that you felt like we have to make room for another guy in this signing class?
Well, we have been recruiting for a while. He didn't graduate until later. So, but you know, he's 6'4", 220, and is one of the probably top 5 fastest guys on the team. And so, like, you know, he's been doing that kind of stuff, you know, in fall camp. And you know, anytime you got a bigger guy and the corner pressed up and you check and fade, you know, the odds are in your favor, especially when Huddy is throwing the ball the way he's throwing it. So, was happy he was able to get out there. Also got a block punt today. And it's funny because Coach Petrelli last night, he said to the whole special teams unit, like, I've seen it, Leland, I've seen it. You're gonna block a punt. I don't know if it's tomorrow or when it's gonna be, but you're gonna block a punt. And it sure was today. So, you know, Coach Petrelli's, I'm gonna start calling him the prophet.
Hey, Ryan, can you talk just real quick about special teams, your impressions overall?
Yeah, you know, I gotta go back and look at the kickoff return they had. They were late. You know, what was the issue? But you know, I thought you know, we were clean from a substitution standpoint. You know, Spencer didn't have an opportunity to kick a field goal, but thought the ball was coming off his foot in the PAT as well. I thought Ben Friel did a nice job, you know, putting most of them through the end zone. Thought Keelan did a heck of a job as the punter today and giving us good hang time and good ball locations. I thought we protected him well. You know, I think we got the best special teams coordinator in the country, and you know, those guys play hard for him.
President Chang was at practice yesterday. What did he have to say to the team?
He fired us up. You know, you guys know him. He's full of energy and a brilliant public speaker. So in his own way, he got us motivated.
Any more questions for Coach? Sam?
You mentioned about having to call Kyle Orton about the record going down, but that top 5 list is 5 guys who started in the NFL. Was that a pitch to Hudson when you're trying to get a quarterback? It's like, hey, this school produces NFL caliber quarterbacks over and over.
Yeah, it helps that he's from Austin, and so is Drew Brees, you know, so there was some understanding of sort of the history here at that position. And, you know, it's our job to try to make him part of that you know, that crew, that tradition here. So, you know, good start.
The opportunity to kick a field goal never presented itself today, but Horath obviously handled all the PATs. How are you going to approach field goals if that had come up, and guess what's the situation?
Yeah, I mean, Spencer would have handled the field goals, and Ben right now is handling the kickoffs.
Any more questions for Coach? All right, thanks, Coach. Love players and
Hold on, I gotta shout out Ross A again. This was the largest season opening crowd since 2005. And again, like, they continue to blow me away, right? I don't know how many schools across the country coming off a 4-8 year playing an FCS opponent would have that type of crowd. And so we appreciate you guys. We're working our tail off for you guys and blowing it up.
Awesome. Thank you, Coach.